Chris Spiker for AV Nice. Look who I found at the Antelope Valley Board of Trade event in Mojave, California. Phil Wyman. Phil!
Well, it makes all kinds of sense. I live in Techachapi. Used to be the executive director of this outfit.
The Board of Trade.
B-1 B-2 and you and L1011. And remember when the B-1 rolled out and Barry Goldwater was sitting in front and
wow.
Jimmy Doolittle and then came the President of the United States. Aerospace, that's what it's all about. And this, Mojave, is the center of the universe of aerospace in the civilian and the government. So many exciting things happening. And I believe that everything we can do in the area of tort reform and getting some balance in Sacramento, which is on my heart, perhaps to make another race, but at a statewide level. We need to have people who can see the future and have the guts to provide the liability protection that the Reagan administration and the Bush administrations did.
Phil?
So I may be part of that in the future, but it's not quite on the table yet, but I am looking for
a guy like you, wouldn't you have just as much effect on the outside of the system? I mean, as a lobbyist, as a make a few phone calls, as a sit up in Sacramento and take people out to lunch, which you probably do from time to time.
You know, there are a lot of ways, but I think working with people in elective offices and looking at the general needs, this spaceport and this southeast Kern,
is amazing.
This southeast Kern County and everything that we have here. And I can applaud the governor going to China. That's important, but he needs to come, and folks need to come and see what we can do to make this state so friendly that the manufacture of spaceships and taking people up to low Earth orbit, that this can become generalized, and the entire aerospace of the Antelope Valley and California moves forward. I'm impatient. I've been around the track a lot, and I've done a lot of things as a state senator, working on water issues. I actually had an opportunity to go to the Philippines because I have a very close relationship.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're Filipinos. Yeah.
And I was there as we were bringing some relief to this horrific typhoon.
Yeah.
When I'd been in the Air Force and worked at the embassy there, went to school there. We started the Philippine Astronomical Society, and that organization was designed to be sure that there was a weather bureau that worked, et cetera, et cetera. And so there are now 15,000 people in that organization, and they and we, over there in Manila after that typhoon where thousands of people drowned, just committed into the future that for the new generation of the Philippines with weather changing, there needs to be the education, there needs to be the knowledge of a tsunami and all of those sorts of things. But the point is that focus on science and technology all began with me being involved in astronomy and Techachapi, and that got exported, and here I go back many decades later and find that it's alive and it's well. And we helped raise some significant dollars through people in California to go into the relief. And it was through the Roseman Rotary Club and others that we did
Really?
that. Yeah.
It is a small world. Speaking of small world, we have AV Nice, about Antelope Valley nice people, nice stories, important things that happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes small stories, crazy stories. And so it is so neat to run into you today. We've kind of come in full circle, but we're not done yet.
No, and I'd like to. Well, you put me in front of a camera, and of course, when you do that I don't say a retired politician. I'm an Abraham Lincoln Republican, and we just get defeated, but we come back. And I am looking seriously, and I'm very, very pleased and excited about the prospect that I may be running for statewide office in a venue where I would have significant opportunity to do the tort reform that we need to do here and for aerospace. And that is, I'm looking at a run for Attorney General of the state of California.
Okay. See, it's announced here. You want to make sure that you introduce yourself to the editor on the way out, because this guy has the real power. He owns the camera, he makes the cuts in the film.
Mea culpa. Anyway, thank you
Phil,
for
your
what
AV
we're
Nice.
doing.
Thanks for cheering.
And of course, your Filipino bride is so
Oh.
so much.
We love her.
You are so fortunate.